Okay, today we are doing page 161 and 162. We're going to be talking about whole numbers as improper fractions. And in review, we know what a whole number is. Our whole numbers are just any simple number. But 1, 3, 24, 198. Those are all examples of whole numbers. And then we have fractions. We know what those are. There's half. There's 3 over 4. Those are examples of fractions. And so we know what whole numbers are. We know what fractions are. And we know when you mix them together, it becomes mixed numbers. For example, 2 and 2/3, where you have a whole number and a fraction together. Now, today we're talking about whole numbers as improper fractions. Remember, an improper fraction is anytime you have a bigger number on top. Whenever you have the bigger number on top. So I'll give a couple examples. This is an improper fraction because the bigger number is on top. Or here, this is an improper fraction because the bigger number is on top. If you remember when we first learned about improper fractions, it's also if it's the same number on top. If you had 4 over 4, that is also an improper fraction. And what I want to do is I want to take a second to show you what this picture looks like, what 4 over 4 looks like. If you had 4 possible parts, here is 1/4 here, and 2/4, and 3/4, and 4/4. Well, with a picture like this, you see that 4/4, that equals 1. And any time that you have numbers over itself as improper fractions, it's always going to equal 1. So, what's going to equal 1? Well, you could have 100 over 100. You could have 7 over 7. You could have 83 over 83. Anytime the number is over itself, it's always going to equal 1. Here's a good picture of it. 4 over 4. Well, you've got your 1/4, and then 2/4, and then 3/4, and then 4/4. Well, when you have 4/4, look, you have 1 whole. You have 1 whole. 4/4, well, it equals 4 over 4, and it also equals 1. Both of those. Okay, so 1a, it's asking us 1 equals something over 6. Simply, it's 6 over 6. Any number over itself is going to equal the 1. So your first one you need to write is 6. The next one, b, 1b, saying 1 equals something over 10. You got to write a 10 over here. 10 over 10 equals 1. 1c, 1 equals something over 4. Well, 4 over 4. D, 1 equals something over 8. Well, that's 8 over 8. 1 equals something over 3. 3 over 3. It's better than nothing, though. On the board, 153, 154 was that one that we did today. Okay. Now let's look at 2. 2's even easier. They're just telling you to come up with an improper fraction. So I write 1, and you need to come up with an improper fraction. You could do 3 over 3. Or you could do 9 over 9. You could do 100 over 100. So you got all those options. And for 2a, b, c, d, and e, all you have to do is make sure that you use the same number for your numerator and denominator. Just make sure they're the same. Just like here, we have the same numerator as our denominator. Same numerator as our denominator. And all of those will equal 1. Let's skip ahead to 4. And 4, we're using what we just learned. And it's a little bit harder, but I think you'll understand it quickly. 4a, it asks the question, 3 equals 2 and something over 4. All right. Well, we know that 3 equals 3. You're probably saying, well, of course, no duh. Of course 3 equals 3. We know that. Now 3 doesn't equal 2, but I'm going to show you the answer to this one. You put a 4 here. Because 2 plus, now this 4 over 4 is the same as 1. So 2 plus that 1, what does that equal? Well, it equals the 3. So if we put a 4 here, gives us 2 plus the 1 of 4 over 4, and that equals 3. So make sure you put your 4 on top. We'll try it with another one. 4b says 5 equals something and 3 over 3. Well, we know that 3 over 3 equals 1. We know that that 3 over 3 equals 1. I'm going to put a number 4 here, because 4 plus 1, that equals 5. And so this 4 is what you need to put. That makes sense. All right, C says 8 equals 7 and 2 over what? What would go below? It'd be a 2. Because this 2 over 2 is the same as 1. You add 1 to your 7, and then you have 8. And then it equals. Make sure you put a 2 on the bottom. All right, next one. 13 equals something and 5 over 5. Well, since this is 13, I'll put a 12 here. Because I know 5 over 5 is 1. 1 plus the 12 equals our 13. How about the next one? E. 7 equals 6 and something over 9. What is that something? Go ahead and put it on your paper. When you have it, put your head down. The answer should be, instead of a question mark right there, you should have a 9. Because 6 plus 9 over 9, which is the same as 1, 6 plus 1 equals 7. So you should have put a 9 there. Let's try to do that again. See if you can do this on your own. For F, we have 11 equals something and 4 over 4. See if you can figure out what goes here. When you do, put your head down. Well, we know 4 over 4 is the same as 1 plus 1 plus what? 1 plus what will give us our 11? It would be 10. Okay, I want you guys to do G, H, and I on your own. 5, they're saying write as a mixed number using 1 unit as an improper fraction. This is kind of tricky, and I'll do a few of these too. 5a, we have 6. And it's asking us to write an improper fraction that equals 6. Well, if I wrote, I'm just going to make up a number here, 5 over 5. That doesn't equal, because 5 over 5 is 1, so that doesn't equal 6. If I wrote 10 over 5, I'm following the instructions there because it said we had to write an improper fraction. An improper fraction is the bigger number on top, and it is in this one. But this doesn't equal either, because 10 over 5 is the same as 2. And I would find that out would be by taking my 5 and dividing it into 10, and it goes in 2 times. So we're still kind of stuck here. Let's go a little more. If I did 15 over 5, that would be the same as 3. That's not what I want, though. I want 6. How could I make an improper fraction? I'm going to make it real simple. I'm going to put a 1 on the bottom and a 6 on top. How many times does 1 go into 6? 6 times. So our answer is correct. This isn't the only one, though. There's other ones you could do. I'll do 5 here and the 30 here. That would work too, because 5 goes into 30 6 times. I'll do one more here. How about 2 on the bottom? Then I'd figure out 2 times 6, maybe 12, and that works. So you got different options that you can do. Let's do B together. It's 4 equals. I think the simplest one is to put a 1 on the bottom and a 4 on top. That would equal 4. Improper fraction, and they want us to make an improper fraction. We could do 20 over 4. Nope, because that would equal 5. That doesn't work. If I did a 5 here, that would work though. 5 goes into 24 times. Let's do something fun. 100. Ooh, that's big. What goes into 100 4 times? 25. So that would be, all of these work for that. And I need you to do C, D, and E on your own. See if you can figure those out. When we look at 6, it's asking us to write the correct Roman numerals in each blank. And the first one they have for us is 49. 49 would be X, L, I, X. B, going across, would be 68. 68, that would be L, X, V, I. C would be 32. X, 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 I. D, I'm going to take that chart away. Trying to make you guys work on some of these without getting the easy look. 100. What would that equal in Roman numerals? If you remember, C is 100. You need to put C. Well, knowing that C is 100, that helps us with E. E is 301. So it'd be C, 100, C, 200, C, 300, and 1. C, 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 I. F is 73. 73. What is L? L is 50 plus X, that's 60, plus X, which is 10, that's 70, plus I, that would be our number of 73. Okay, let's see if you can do G right now. See if you can do G. It's asking what is 90? Can you figure out what 90 is in your Roman numerals? Go ahead, write it down. Put your head down if you think you got it. And the answer is, there you go. Find the 90. 90, very good. X, C. Because C is 100. If the X comes before it, you take away 10. Good. Let's do the same thing. H, go ahead, try to do it on your own. It's asking 130. What is your Roman numeral going to look like for 130? And if you got it, put your head down. 130. We know 100 is C. And then you got to add 3 x's. Each x is a 10. Those 3 x's give you 30. 130. C, X, X, X. Anybody remember what M is? If you do, write it down. M is going to be 1,000. M is 1,000. All right. Go ahead and do the rest on your own.